Hello everyone, welcome back to Dark Souls Remastered. Today we are finally going to go into the Undead Burg, not the Undead Burg, the sewers of the Undead Burg, the depths. You can just see the moisture on the walls and just see how lived in this place is. You can also see that people have set up camp here. As you can see, there's a horde of hollows hanging out here. And they're torch hollows too, which is quite irritating. Yeah, there's candles, boxes. I mean, you can see that even though this was meant to be a sewer system, people are living here. People were first forced down here, and it's locked. Which, it's unlocked from the outside. That's also the case with the lower Undead Burg. Having issues with my playback. Give me 1 second. Sometimes when I'm recording my audio, the video doesn't like match up with the video won't play back correctly. But you can see we have a friend in here. So yeah, just roll to get him out of there. Don't attack him.
Thank you. I would have been a sucker without you. Been eaten alive. I shudder to think. Thank you. Thank you dearly. I am Laurentius. With a great smile.
And yeah, he is a pyromancer, and will teach you pyromancies once he gets back to the Firelink Shrine. He's one of the cooler characters. He has some like pretty neat dialogue, but oh yeah, these guys. He has some pretty neat dialogue, but we won't be interacting with him too much this playthrough. I tried to parry and I couldn't. These guys are easy enough, just get the backstab on them, and they're technically mini-bosses, so they won't respawn. Oh, I also don't think I mentioned it. Oh no, that's in a later cut, never mind. Yeah. Then there's additional stuff down below that I don't think I remembered at this moment. Not too familiar with the layout of this place, only been here once, so I had to reorient myself. But yeah, there's that pool down below, and we can go down and see what's there. Some more hollows that got the jump on me. And dogs. More dogs, because we didn't just deal with enough. Actually, the dogs are gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse before it gets better. Another dog. But thankfully, I'm finally able to do enough damage to get them in one hit. Except for that guy, for whatever reason. I think, oh, he's bigger, I think. Thankfully we got that blue tear stone ring kicking in. Or is it red tear stone ring? I don't even remember. I think it's blue. But yeah, like I said, just get these guys. They won't respawn. You're fine. And we got some nice hitbox action there. I don't want to risk jumping down there, so I'm not going to. And we got that large ember that Andre was talking about. Treasure ahead, but there is no actual treasure that I could find. Yeah, we got that large ember. Nothing else down here in the pool. I don't even want to think about how much feces we're swimming through right now. But yeah, they have cooks. They have a communal kitchen. We were just in it. Like, these sewers have become a living area. And I don't know if you can see very well. There is a guy up there that I didn't realize would drop down that quickly. God, the male damage sound in this game certainly is something, isn't it? These guys aren't too bad, they just don't take a lot of damage. It's a shame I got ganked by that hollow there. And we got some souls though. Soul of a nameless soldier. Soul of a nameless soldier. Say that 3 times fast. Yes, do indeed be wary of up here. As you will see, there's a lot of those guys again. They drop a fair amount of souls though, so it's no big deal. What I didn't want is to like have them fall on me and then get ganked by that hollow right there, but thankfully they didn't. No real reason not to use two-hand attacks with these guys. They're so slow. They're only a threat if you don't notice them. Yeah, they give 100 souls each, so it's not like they're not worth killing. Especially at this stage in the game. Yeah, thankfully we had that key. And we do have a bonfire right here. Not quite enough to level up. So we went back and tried to farm some souls off these guys. I want to at least get one level in, you know? Yeah, just run through so they're all dropped. Take care of that torch hollow right there. And then you just spin to win here. Once you get them grouped up, you can do a lot of damage. Yeah, look at that. Embarrassingly, I did get hit there. Yeah, that's the way I've always handled these guys. Just try and group them up, and then just... yeah. And that green Titanite shard is important. You'll see why. Actually, I'll just tell you. Basically, you can use that to upgrade weapons to +6. Or you can make them raw or heavy weapons, which raw weapons, I believe, scale with dex, and heavy weapons scale with strength more. Most weapons scale with multiple attributes, but if you're like doing like a strength build, then you would want a heavy weapon. Like, does that make sense? I don't know. I don't know if that's making sense. But yeah, we put some into dex, and then tried to explore a little bit further. You can see below me there is another room, but it's locked. Wanted to explore just a little bit further. That's why I put the homeward bone on there. You can see there's a bunch of rats. You know, same strategy, just hope you don't get bitten. which I did. Unfortunately. So we're just gonna go back to the bonfire. And then I decided, once we get there, we're actually gonna go and put that green titanite shard to work, as well as the ember we'd got. So the run back is gonna be cut, but we are gonna head back to Andre just so we can do that. And we're done. I actually ended up cutting it, just because there wasn't much. It was basically just, oh, thanks, dialogue. You can see we got Evanescence to be summoned, but we're not going to do that. So yeah, as you can see, we're doing a bit more damage, maybe. Actually, I don't know if you can actually see that, but we have a plus 6 weapon now, I believe. No, plus 7, I think. One of the two. And these rats are easy enough. And the Great Axe is a weapon that I will not be using because it's heavy. Too heavy for me, and I like the range that the halberd gives me. I really don't know why I don't know why I fell for this. Remember, like, 5 episodes ago, and those rats were giving me such trouble? Now look at me. Just making sure there's no rats behind me. I'm actually not sure why they run away from me here. In this area, I'm watching the floor because there's some holes you can fall into. But I'd actually never gone this route through the fog gate, so I decided, you know what, I'm just going to do that, because I'm familiar with what happens after the fog gate. We'll see. Or what happens if we don't choose the fog gate, sorry. This is what we're met with. Now thankfully those rats did not detect us, and this guy's going to try and buff himself, but it's not worth it. God, remember that guy was such a threat a few episodes back too? Look at how much we've improved. Now, we do have these big rats to contend with, but it's easy enough to avoid, maybe. Yeah, we can still kill them in one hit, even though they're bigger. Sadly, there's still rats that sneak out of boxes to attack us. Now, I know there's not a lot in this area, but I wanted to explore. But yeah, we got another large titanite shard. So we're doing great on that, actually. Yeah. You can see we got this big, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. Cistern? I don't know. There's a hole right there. I don't know if you guys saw it. That could have fallen through, so I chose not to go that way. This area is very annoying, to me at least. More slime that we can just get. And another drop. And I was not feeling ballsy enough to run over it. And now we have our first invader. I should not have fought him in this area. You will notice that his armor does poison, or not poison damage, bleed damage against me. I was really trying to get that, I was really trying to get that parry in. And I got it. However, this was just a bad area to fight him in. that was not a good idea to fight him in there. So we're back. I'm back in human form because I expected him to invade. And you'll also... Oh yeah, I did buy magic weapon. I can't remember if I bought that last episode. Or I can't remember if I bought it off screen. Yeah, I expected him to invade, but it turns out he doesn't. And I also found out, because I lost to him once, I am not going to be able to get his armor, which is unfortunate. Because it is fun armor, but whatever. And we're finally able to access this item safely, but it's just a soul of a nameless soldier. And yeah, there's that big rat that, I don't know if you guys saw him in the previous area, but this is the same rat. And I figured it would just be easiest to just snipe at him, at least for one of the attacks. He does a lot of damage, and I kind of realized that this strategy wasn't really going to work. Some magic weapon it is, and we just try and head out there. Yep, he does a lot of damage. So, good old trick of just get behind him. There we go. You can see that this area is relatively open. But I was kind of lost. I didn't quite know where to go, because if we fall down there, we just die. That's the shortcut that I actually just talked about, but we can't get there. So here I am exploring some. And I quickly realized that this room wasn't going to take us anywhere, but I just didn't know where to go. Yeah, I don't know. It's quite possible that I'm missing something, that maybe like, oh, we should have gone that way, but honestly, I don't remember. I do remember that if you fall through one of the holes, you're able to go to a different area. It's a dangerous area, but it is a different area. So I tried checking out over here to see if there is anything. Oh yeah, this happened. For some reason, something must have come up with a message on my computer, but controls stopped working, audio stopped working, just had to click back into the window. I am very glad it happened when there were no enemies nearby though. So yeah, we're back in the original area, and I realized, like, let's just try and go down this, because there is a place down there. Maybe I realized that. I don't know. I don't quite know what I'm doing right now. The next area I get even more lost in. I am by no means an expert with this game. Do you hear him? So these are the guys that can curse us. So I want to stay out of that cloud at any cost. Because if I stay in that, my curse meter goes up. If my curse meter goes up all the way, I die. And then I'm stuck at 50% health until I can get my curse treated. It sucks. It especially sucks because I don't know where you can like find the item lying around. I do believe I bought one purging stone, but I don't remember if I have more than that. So I'm just going to be extra cautious here. Again, I don't know why I keep falling for these. And you will see there's another rat. Thankfully we're able to get him. More rats. Rodents of unusual size? I don't think they exist. And there's more of them painted out down there. So, throwing knife it is. Yep, there's that curse meter. So I actually decided we're just gonna use fire bombs. Screw this. There's that dude coming at me. God, these things suck. Also, look closely at the model. Those eyes are fake. Those are not its eyes. You will see its eyes are actually elsewhere. Pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know if I have anything more to say about these creatures. I honestly forgot what they're called. Basilisks. That's what they are. Basilisks. I don't know if these guys were in Demon Souls or not, but they are in Dark Souls, Dark Souls 3, and Elden Ring. They must just be a design that the creator loves. But thankfully that was the right way to go. And you can see that I picked up the Ring of Evil Eye. Now what that does is it will restore some HP when I kill an enemy. And I figure, you know, that's better than like the defense boost, in all honesty. It's not a lot of HP. It really isn't. It's like less than one of those large bars on my HP gauge, but it helps. And it helps especially in the upcoming area. More humanity. Illusory wall, which it's not, but I keep on falling for it. Yep. And more of those guys, which I'm not too concerned about. However, what I am concerned about is the rats in this area. I figured I'd kill this guy just to get the souls, but there are rats hanging out nearby. And you can see I'm getting the Gravelord. The Gravelord servant is invading me again, I assume. Thankfully I haven't noticed like too many catastrophes or whatever that they create. But yeah, he is in my area, trying to get me. And this staircase will take us to the boss arena, I believe. No, that's the shortcut. Never mind. Yeah, that takes us back to the bonfire, but I wanted to explore just a little bit more before I went back and risked respawning all the enemies. So this next area is, this will take us to the boss arena. But it's kind of a confusing area to navigate. So I just kind of looked around, made sure there wasn't any treasure I was missing. Great message ahead. Yep, we're too fat. So, yeah. Yeah, you'll notice that this is the same area that we were just in when we had to kill that caster. So the reason why we wanted to do that is because if you don't kill him, he'll just be shooting arrows at you, magical arrows at you the entire time. It's sort of like, I don't know, it's sort of like the Tower Knight sort of deal, or I guess more accurately the Taurus Demon. Yeah, you can see crossbows, so there's some treasure for us. I figured before we fought him, though, we'd want to go and not only allocate some of our stats, but there was also a merchant behind that gate that we missed. So, we should go see what he has to say. And he has some important things to say.
Aye, Shemai, and good day to you. I'm Donald of Xena. I'm just a peddler, so I adore trinkets and oddities, so I trade for them.
So yeah, we can get more of that gold pine resin. He also sells his armor and some crystal gear. Crystal gear is very, very fragile in this game, so I don't mess with it too much. Does high damage, but it's very fragile. So I don't mess with it. So yeah, we bought some of that lightning powder, just because, well, the next boss is a dragon. In general, it's safe to assume that if there's a dragon, I don't know why we teleported up there. If there's a dragon, it's weak to lightning. Just that's a somewhat constant thing in the lore of the entire Souls series. Yeah. Gwyn threw lightning bolts at the dragons and it worked, so thus us throwing lightning bolts at the dragons worked. And I figured we're not even going to go back and develop our stats, but we are going to get Solaire in here. We were able to summon him for the gargoyles, but I didn't. But let's see how Solaire fares in battle. This is a great intro. Yeah, you look at that and you think, oh, that's him. He doesn't look too bad. He's kind of cute. But nope. No, I'm not even sure how the biology here would work. I don't really know where his mouth is, to be honest. Yeah. And, yep, he's one of those boxes where the hitbox is going to be, he's one of those bosses where the hitbox is going to be more of an enemy than anything else. But thankfully we have Solaire to tank for us. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the fact that I'm summoning for these bosses. I know I can beat them. I've beat them before. But I figure going forward, I'm not going to summon other players, but I'm not going to limit myself to like not summoning NPCs, because like, it's a feature of the game, you know? It's there for a reason. So with the Gaping Dragon, just kind of, I don't know, he's very telegraphed. He is not a difficult boss. The only thing that might get you is that jump. Just try and get out of the way. It's hard to tell where exactly he's going. Yeah, you can see me just chugging that Estus, dude. Yep, that tail attack. It's always those tail attacks. And I just kind of realized, like, well, let's try magic, see if it does anything. But unfortunately we were too slow. And you can see that magic he's not as weak to, but I mean it's not nothing, so. Yeah, that attack we were able to get out of. And then I kind of realized, oh yeah, I've got to cut off his tail, don't I? But, I don't know if I actually can, but, yeah. So that's the Gaping Dragon, and now we have the Blight Town key. Blight Town. Blight Town. But, we got some armor. Let's go ahead and try it on.